Hi, my name is Michael Hoffman. I'm a senior channel manager here at Jet Global, and today we're going to be covering part two of our three-part series on our solutions. Today we're going to be focusing on Jet Analytics and what it brings to the table for you as a Dynamics GP user. A little bit of background on the company. We are the largest reporting and analytics provider to the Microsoft Dynamics community. We are really good at what we do, which has really allowed us to amass over 14,000 different companies that rely on us to make quality business decisions that are driven by their data. And so for us, having done this for the last 17 years plus, we've gotten really good at this. And so for you as an end user, the advantage is our clients have built our products in tandem with Microsoft, and it's a trusted, vetted solution that is used all over the world in a myriad of different uh, verticals. So today, again, we're going to be covering Jet Analytics. In part one, we covered Jet Reports, which was real-time reporting. Jet Analytics is going to be your data warehousing solution that comes with pre-built data warehouse and cubes and is compatible with a myriad of different data sources. We can connect to really any system that's out there, and it's a true master data management system. Jet budgets will be covered in part three of this series, where we'll show you how to use this solution to improve and simplify your budgeting process. The Jet Hub is, again, kind of the glue that holds everything together. And we'll also show you how to use the Jet Hub with Jet Analytics, where you can have your dashboards loaded there and disseminate this information, again, on any device that connects to the internet. So it's a really great way to connect your people no matter where they are in the world. So before I get into any kind of demonstration, I want to lay some background and foundation on what business intelligence is. It is one of those conversations that, depending on who you ask, you're probably going to get a different answer. You could ask 10 different people and maybe get 10 different opinions. But really, what this slide is designed to do is to lay out visually what it is that the business intelligence process is doing with Jet. So where we're starting over here on the left is your typical Dynamics database. So in our case, we're focusing on Dynamics GP. There are lots of tables, a myriad of different fields, and it's a complex data model. And what I mean by this is if a user is tasked with using Management Reporter, FRX, or even Smart List Builder or some more technical reporting, they do require an understanding of how this information is really interrelated together. So if I wanted to build a complex report that included sales and financial information and maybe inventory information, it can be quite an undertaking for that user to build a report from scratch, especially if they don't have a technical background or understand the data within the database. And so what we're doing here at Jet is we're taking that information, that complex data model, and this, again, could be a myriad of different data sources. So if you have any add-ons that you've done, any customizations to your Dynamics GP environment, or maybe you have a CRM or Salesforce system that you're incorporating into your BI considerations. Again, all of that information can be complex to try to interrelate. And so step one is really taking that information and really grabbing the most relevant data and placing it into a data warehouse. And so this is first now organized by subject matter. So if you can imagine, kind of all of this section is sales, this is your inventory, and this is maybe your finance and fixed assets. So the step one is really important because we're organizing information, we're cleaning it, we're placing it into relevant tables so it's all linked together in the background. And now that end user could easily report on information from the data warehouse. Now, in truth, a lot of BI projects kind of stop there. And at Jet, we take it a step further. We want you to have the easiest, simplest, and fastest way to get access to information. And so we funnel this now into a cube. And so what a cube is designed to do is to add dimensionality and the ability to slice and dice large sets of information instantaneously. It is pre-calculated and is designed for someone that really is the average business person can go in and click a few boxes and get access to information and make quality business decisions. So for us, having averaged about one implementation of this per day, after the first couple hundred, we realized that, hey, when we're going to roll this out for a GP user, they're generally asking for the same things from day one. And so instead of building these from scratch, we've actually pre-packaged a data warehouse and a cube set that's designed for your ERP, and it installs in 2 hours. So in that 2 hours, you're going to receive a data warehouse and 7 pre-built cubes. So instead of starting from ground one over here on the left, you're now within a 2-hour window set up with a full data warehouse and cube set that's available for use. So why is this important for you? Well, the reason is a lot of the investment that you make here on the business side is built around improving how you're going to get access to data. And so starting with the prepackaged data warehouse and cubes, you're receiving an immediate return on investment, as well as 50 prepackaged reports and dashboards that are designed to work for you off of this data set. The next thing that really I want to touch on is why this is important again to you. Is reporting is going to become faster, easier, simpler, and less complex than it's ever been before. So for anyone who hasn't experienced a cube, I really do believe kind of the power is seeing how this actually works in action. And so before we get to that, I want to show an illustration of really the two pieces of business intelligence. Over here on the left side, you have what I've covered so far, which is the true side of business intelligence, which is organizing the data, cleaning it, and making it easy to report on, either in Power BI or in Excel at really your leisure. And so as we kind of roll through this, the true hidden advantage of our business intelligence project is called the Jet Data Manager. And what this does is it removes the risk from you as an organization by allowing us to automate moving information into a centralized data set. So it's been benchmarked as 5 times faster than traditional methodology. So you're going to have a faster return on investment, less risk. And again, you can visualize this however you would like. This will make more sense as I show the examples here. But again, the part that most people really kind of don't want to consider is organizing this information, because once this piece is done, the visualizing of the information becomes second nature. It's really just clicking boxes and pulling the information that you'd like to see. So I'll go ahead and exit out of this PowerPoint, and I'm actually going to start off with an example here in Excel, where if you've seen part one, you can actually use all of the same tools that you would to pull in the data. But really what people are after is the ability to just point, click, and drag and drop their information. So as I open these cubes, these are the pre-built cubes that come with the project. You have finance, inventory, manufacturing, payables, receivables, purchasing, and sales. And so I'm going to use the sales cube just because I know the data is good there. And for those of you who have not seen a cube before, over here on the right-hand side, you have really the boxes that you get to choose from. And it's broken down into 2 pieces. You have measures, which are your numerical values, so things like sales and profit, and as well as the second section is your dimensions. Think of dimensions as adding relevance and context to your numerical values, to your numbers. So let's say I was tasked with building a complex report that was, I'd like to see sales by region, and I'd like to see it broken out by salesperson, but I want to see cost and profit percent associated with all of my items as well. and I actually want to be able to visualize that information. I mean, that sounds like a mouthful, right? And there's no way someone could go direct to the system and build that within even just a day. And so that's really where the power of a cube comes into play, because all of this is right at your fingertips. So as I scroll through, I can just choose what I'd like to see. So I want to see sales and cost, profit and profit percent. And this is a good example of a key performance indicator that we baked into the product that you no longer have to manually calculate. So as I move through this example, the next step is going to be adding relevance and context to the information. So I'm going to grab each of my items, and then I also want to see it over time. And you can see we're not waiting for anything to refresh or reload. It's just immediately available at my fingertips. I can roll this out into the hierarchy and then immediately get taken down into the transactional level so I can see the sales invoices. And again, this isn't any system that we're pulling in. So it could be coming from your CRM system, an HR payroll system, as well as any other software or database that you're using to empower your business. So I'll go ahead and roll those back up. And then just to show you how easy it is, you can even take some of the pre-built aggregations and comparisons and click them. And you can see you're getting instant access to lots of key performance indicators and lots of information. So again, very powerful way to analyze trends and spot those trends and make business decisions. Inserting a graph is just as easy as it's always been within Excel. So I'll go ahead and insert a graph here just to kind of show you what that looks like. And then I can go ahead and add slicers. So again, I mentioned I'd like to see this information by salesperson and then maybe even location. And so now that we have these here, it's just as easy as choosing, what is it that I would like to see? Maybe I manage these 4 salespeople, and it's immediately updating this information for me. And so this is a really great way to get access to data without, again, having to know more than you should. Users typically should just want to know what's going on in their area of the business, and that's really how you drive performance. So this is a great kind of start. Really what you want to wind up with is a dashboard. And so on this dashboard, we've done just what we've done before. On this tab, we created a chart that's sales over time. Here we just have sales by salesperson, and this is sales by item. We've copied these visuals, placed them into a dashboard setting, and then added the slicers that we wanted to see around the outside. So again, as I go through in this example, just envision this for your own business. This may not be something that you would analyze specifically, but as I'm clicking these boxes, you can see these graphs are updating and allowing me to spot large trends in my business that now I can look into. Why is this person the only one selling a major product line of ours, right? So that is the idea behind a dashboard, is to quickly slice and dice information and get access to it whenever you would like. Moving on to distributing this information, what I could do is I can go into the Jet Hub and actually have these dashboards available to me as well. So I could load an Excel dashboard if I wanted to. In our case, I'm actually going to show our dashboard builder in the web, which is a really great way to access this information on a tablet or a cell phone. And in the app picker, I would just select dashboards. And then in the dashboard section, you can see I have some up here, but it's as easy as opening any of these. And this one actually has some performance tiles built into it, where you can actually color code those based on goals you have as an organization. So maybe red is not good and blue is performing well. That's up to you. And then you can zoom into any of these visuals and slice and dice this information and basically swipe through them like a tile, as you can see here. So Building these is just as simple as you've seen in Excel. It's really just drag and drop information. Okay. So as we talked about earlier, there are a myriad of different ways to visualize data. One that is rapidly growing in popularity is Power BI. Out of the box, we do have pre-built dashboards that are meant to integrate with our data set. And our partners and customers have been taking Power BI and laying it on top of our data warehouse and cubes. The reason for this is when you open up Power BI, one of the first questions it asks is, where's your data? And so without a true business intelligence solution like Jet Analytics, you will be left in the same position as you would be manually building it on your own. And so if you change maybe what data source you're pointing to, or you add some new technology to your company or make some changes to your data structure, that is all on you unless you have a product like Jet Analytics. And so for us, you can see here, we have this finance cube. You have accounts payable here, and all they've done is click 3 boxes. If they were left to do this on their own, there would actually be no data set there. And so we, again, have many of these pre-built examples. And just to kind of show you what this looks like, if I open up a new Power BI dashboard, the first question it will ask me is, where's your data? And so now, since I actually have Jet Analytics, I have a cube that I can point to. It's going to be much easier for me to create this dashboard from scratch. So I'll go ahead and say get data. And as you can see, it's blank right now. And so I'm going to go to my cube. And I'm going to tell my cube where this, tell Power BI where my cube is. And then I'm going to go ahead and open it up. So I'll grab the sales one here. And you can see now it truly becomes a business intelligence solution. So as I go through here, maybe I'd like to, let's go ahead and grab one of these visuals. We'll grab the pie chart here. So I want to see sales by, maybe the managers are important, right? So I have sales by sales manager. A lot of folks really like the maps, right? So you can do the same thing there. I'll go ahead and actually add in this map. And so we'll grab our costs. Let's see where our costs are coming from by city, right? And so it zooms in and creates that visual there for you. And then it's really up to you as far as what you do from here. I'll add another quick graph here. But as you can see, it's really straightforward. So I'm just going through and choosing what it is that I would like to see. So let's go ahead and grab the actual salesperson. It's its own section. But it's a very powerful way to actually visualize data, because again, I don't have to know where this data is coming from. I can just point, click, and drag and drop that information once it's done. So Power BI does lack a backend, but it is a very great data visualization tool. So when you couple Power BI with Jet Analytics, you truly have a world-class business intelligence solution. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, again, we're always here for you. I'll go ahead and show that slide one more time. And thank you all for your time today, and look forward to working with you further.